Hello. Today we will see the petrol engine setup and the experiments to be performed on petrol engine setup. So, first of all, I will explain you about this petrol engine setup, about specifications, and then the experiments we are going to perform on this setup. So, as you can see, this setup comprises of this engine, first part, along with the dynamometer. This is the control panel where we can control the activities or we can take various readings, and this is the third part, is nothing but the computer connected with this, so that all these readings which we are taking manually also can be recorded with the help of software, as well as we can also get the calculations, exact calculations for the different experimentation done on this experimental set. Now first of all we'll see about the specifications of engine. So this is 3 cylinder 1, 2 and 3. These are the 3 spark plugs. Okay, this is 3 cylinder 4-stroke petrol engine. More precisely, it is engine of Maruti 800 car. Okay, so 800 means around 800 cc is the capacity of this engine. Exactly, it is 796 cc capacity of engine. So this is the main engine part. Along with this, these are the spark plugs. It is connected to the fan. This is the fan belt. This is the flue gas outlet. This is the calorimeter which measures the heat taken along with the flue gas. This calorimeter is used. Flywheel you can see here, and it is connected to the ED current dynamometer. So this is nothing but the water cooled ED current dynamometer. So this dynamometer is used to apply load. So here we are doing some experimentation. So the load is added with the help of ED current dynamometer, and that load also can be measured with the help of control panel. So this pipe here you can see the air required for the combustion is taken from this pipe through the orifice meter. One orifice meter is connected at the entrance of this pipe. Now I will explain you about the control panel. On control panel, on dashboard you can see this is the battery light, oil level indicator, or if there is any fault, these lights will glow. This one is the fuel throttle unit. So it is nothing but the accelerator which we are using in our car or bike. This is the start and stop switch. So here we have key for this. So by using this key we can start and stop the engine. Then specifically for the modes test, this extra 3 buttons are provided. I will explain you in the modes test how these buttons will work. Here in this diagram you can see the specification of engine. Number of cylinders 3, number of strokes 4, means it is a 4-stroke engine. Fuel used is petrol. The rated power is 26.6 kilowatt at 5000 rpm. Cylinder diameter for all 3 cylinders is 66.5 millimeter. Stroke length 72 millimeter. Connecting rod length 114 millimeter. Compression ratio 9.2:1. Orifice diameter and dynamometer arm length are also given, which is required for the calculation. Then here you can see the layout of experimental setup diagram. This part is the dynamometer, this one is the engine, and different readings which we have to take are mentioned here. This is the panel where we can note down the readings. This voltmeter, so to measure the 6 different temperatures, T1, T2, T3, T4, T5 and T6. This voltmeter is there. The reading will get in terms of volt, which we have to convert in the form of the temperature. So formula is given here. The parameter, that is temperature, which we are measuring, will be equal to the factor. So here factors for T1 to T6 are mentioned here, and this reading V minus 1, so that we will get the temperature in degree Celsius. Then second display is for the load indicator. With the help of ED current dynamometer we can apply load, and that load in the form of kg. In terms of kg we can see here, and that load can be increased or decreased with the help of this control button. So this control button is provided so that load can be increased in clockwise direction, and which can be displayed here. So next display is of the RPM, revolutions per minute. So with the help of this display, we will see the speed of the engine. On right hand side of the same, here you can see this is the YouTube manometer connected to the orifice meter, which measures the air flow rate to the engine. The petrol tank is actually here at the back side of this, and this is the for measuring tank. When we are measuring the fuel consumption, at that time we will adjust this knob to the measuring mode. Means the engine will be taking fuel from this measuring tank, and we can note down the fuel consumption for 1 minute, okay, or 10 seconds, or for some known time, and we can find out ultimately the fuel consumption, specific fuel consumption, and ultimately PSFC, ISFC we can find out. And when it is not on measuring mode, we'll adjust it on the tank mode. Means this will be taking fuel, engine will be taking fuel from tank directly. So this is about the control panel. At the lower side here you can see there are two rotameters, rotameter engine and rotameter calorimeter. So our engine is water cooled. So how much water we are supplying for the engine cooling, that will be measured with the help of this rotameter, whereas this is the water supply to the calorimeter. Calorimeter is used to measure heat taken along with the flue gases. Okay, so that flue gas heat is absorbed by using this calorimeter water, and the water supply to this calorimeter can be measured with the help of this rotameter. Not only for the engine and calorimeter, but our ED current dynamometer also need water supply, so that there will be no overheating. So here it is clearly written, do not overgrease bearings for manual, and water must flow through the dynamometer during use. Okay, so that to avoid the overheating, water also need to be provided to the dynamometer. So this is all about setup. Now we will see what are the two different experiments which can be performed on this setup. The first one is the Morse test, and second one is the variable speed or variable load test on the petrol engine. Now we will perform Morse test on petrol engine setup. So already I have explained you about the specifications and layout of the whole setup. Morse test is used for measurement of friction power. Okay, so friction power is nothing but the indicated power minus brake power is equal to friction power. So there are different methods are there to measure the friction power. So here experimentally we are measuring the friction power of given engine. So in this experimental setup, to measure the friction power, we have to take 4 different readings. So first of all, we'll start the engine. I will explain you the theoretically what we are going to do, and then we'll start the engine. First of all, we'll start the engine. Then by increasing the throttle, increasing the fuel supply, we'll operate it at higher speed at around 4000 RPM. Then by applying load with the help of ED current dynamometer, we'll decrease the RPM up to 2500 RPM. We'll decrease the speed and we'll take first reading. Then in remaining 3 readings, what we will do with the help of this Morse test panel. Here you can see the first cylinder, second cylinder, third cylinder is written. These are the touch buttons. You can see. Means when I will press this first button, there will be no combustion will be there in the first cylinder, as it is a 3-cylinder engine. because there will be no spark and there will be no combustion of fuel. So first cylinder will not produce any power, any brake power will not be there for the first cylinder. As only second and third cylinder are generating power, the speed of the engine will decrease. Now here in this experiment, for all four readings, we have to keep the speed constant so that we will have the friction power same in all, or friction losses ideally should be same in all the four readings. And that's why by decreasing the load with the help of eddy current dynamometer, will again maintain the speed of the engine will be equal to 2500 rpm. Then once that reading is taken, then I will release this first button, then I will press this second button, so that there will be no combustion, there will be no spark and no combustion in the second cylinder. So only first and third cylinder will be generating energy, and again by adjusting load I will keep the speed of the engine same, that is 2500 rpm, and then I will take the readings. Similarly in fourth reading also I will press this third button so that there will be no spark and power generation will be there in the third cylinder, and by adjusting the load I will keep the speed of the engine same, and I will take the fourth readings. Now I have four readings in which first all the three cylinders are working, there is power is generated in all the three cylinders, there is a spark and there is a combustion of the fuel in all the cylinders at 2500 rpm. Second reading, one cylinder, first cylinder is not working, and then also the speed will be same but load will be different to keep that speed same. In the third reading, second cylinder will not be working but speed will be same by adjusting the load again, and in the fourth reading, third cylinder will not be working, will not be generating any power, so it is a motoring we can say, and speed will be same by adjusting the load. So we'll measure the load in all the four readings when speed will be same and when all the three cylinders are working, generating power, when first is not generating, second is not generating and third is not generating. In this way, four different readings we have to take. Now we'll see how we can take the readings, and then afterwards I will explain you about the calculations. Thank you. Adjust the flow rate. So the engine will be near about 300 lph, and that of calorimeter will be about 100 and okay. That of engine will be about 400 lph. Okay. So load is 0. Now we are starting engine.